Tuesday morning, you're standing in line for coffee and you already feel a little guilty before you've even ordered. Because some finance guy on your feed told you this exact cup is the reason you're not rich yet. So here's a question before you order. What if that guilt has been pointed at the wrong thing this entire time? You've heard it 1,000 times. Cut the lattes, skip the coffee, make it at home and you'll be a millionaire by 40. Here's a number that should make you furious. Even if you quit a $6 daily coffee habit completely, every single day, no exceptions, for 40 straight years, you'd end up with about $280,000. Meanwhile, the average American is sitting on over $100,000 in a single category of invisible spending that nobody ever talks about. And it's not coffee. I'm about to show you exactly what that category is, why just skip the latte might be the most damaging piece of financial advice ever to go viral, and what actually moves the needle instead. Because here's the thing, the coffee advice isn't just unhelpful. I think it's actively making people worse with money, on purpose, without anyone realizing it. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why. My name is Max, and I spend way too much time thinking about why financial advice that sounds smart is so often completely wrong. If you've ever felt guilty buying a coffee or judged for a small treat you actually enjoy, while your real financial problems went untouched, this video is for you. Hit subscribe if this helps you see your money differently. The core problem with just skip the latte. Let's do the actual math because nobody ever does. A $6 daily coffee 5 days a week is $1,560 a year. Invested at 7% for 40 years, that becomes roughly $311,000. Sounds compelling, right? That's exactly why this advice has survived for decades. The number at the end looks huge. But here's what most people don't realize. That math only works if the money you're saving actually gets invested. And almost nobody who cuts their coffee also opens a brokerage account with that exact $6 the same day. In reality, that money just gets absorbed into everything else you're spending on. It doesn't become $311,000. It becomes nothing because nothing structural changed. Now you might be thinking, okay, but saving is still saving, right? Sure, but here's where it gets really interesting. While you've been doing mental math on your coffee, there's a number sitting in your own bank statement right now that's 50 times bigger than anything a latte could ever cost you. And I'd bet you've never once calculated it. Let's find it. Housing, transportation, and food make up roughly 62% of the average household budget, according to Bureau of Labor Statistics consumer expenditure data. Coffee doesn't even show up as its own line item. It's buried inside a category that's a rounding error next to what people spend on cars and apartments. Here's a comparison that should actually make you angry at the personal finance industry. The average car payment in the US is now over $700 a month. That's not a coffee. That's not a treat. That's a decision made once that quietly drains more money in a single month than a coffee habit drains in an entire year. Let that sink in. One car loan decision costs more per month than a daily coffee habit costs per year. And yet, how many viral finance posts have you seen about lattes? Now compare that to how many you've seen breaking down whether you should have bought a $45,000 truck instead of a $22,000 one. So if the math doesn't actually work, why has this advice survived for over 20 years? Here's what most people don't realize. It's not because it's effective. It's because it's comfortable to give and comfortable to hear. Telling someone to skip a coffee doesn't require them to confront anything hard. It doesn't ask them to negotiate a car price, question a rent decision, or have an uncomfortable conversation about whether they can actually afford their apartment. It's a small, easy, guilt-free sounding fix that lets everyone, the advice giver and the advice taker, avoid the actually difficult conversations. This is the psychological trick hiding inside almost all small habit financial advice. It gives you the feeling of taking control without requiring you to touch anything that would actually be uncomfortable to change. And here's the part that should really bother you. That feeling of "I'm doing something" can actually stop people from ever tackling the real problem because they think the coffee fix already counts as progress. Quick gut check before we go further. If I asked you right now which single decision costs you the most money every month, could you actually answer? Most people can't, because the real answer isn't a habit, it's one of exactly 3 decisions. Here they are. Financial educators sometimes call these the Big Three, and they account for the overwhelming majority of most people's spending, far more than every small daily habit combined. Housing. This is usually 25 to 35% of take-home pay, sometimes more. A $200 difference in monthly rent is the same as skipping over 30 daily coffees every single month, forever. Except you only have to make that decision once, at the lease signing, instead of resisting temptation daily for years. Transportation. We already covered this. A $700 monthly car payment on a vehicle you didn't need to finance that aggressively is one of the single largest, most avoidable wealth killers in an average budget. Buying a reliable $18,000 used car instead of a $45,000 new one, financed over 5 years, is a difference worth well over $30,000 including interest. That's more than 19 years of daily lattes decided in one afternoon at a dealership. Recurring fixed costs, insurance, phone plans, subscriptions you forgot you have. Here's where it gets really interesting. Unlike coffee, which requires daily willpower to resist, these are one-time decisions that keep saving you money every single month without you having to think about it again. Shop your car insurance once and save $50 a month, and you've beaten the coffee cutter's 40-year plan without giving up a single latte. Now you might be thinking, so are you saying small spending doesn't matter at all? Not exactly. Here's the actual reframe. Here's a test. Name the last time you felt genuinely guilty about a car payment the way you feel guilty about a coffee. Most people never have, and that gap in guilt is exactly backwards from where the actual damage is happening. Small daily spending is a symptom people obsess over because it's visible and repeatable. The Big Three are causes, and they're invisible because you only decide them once and then stop thinking about them. This is the shift that has to happen. Stop hunting for daily willpower battles you can lose 300 times a year and start hunting for one-time decisions you only have to win once. A coffee habit tests your discipline every single morning for the rest of your life. A car, a lease, an insurance shop. You fight that battle exactly once, and then you're done, permanently. So here's what I actually want you to do instead of feeling guilty over your next coffee. First, pull up your last 3 months of transactions and calculate what percentage of your spending falls into housing, transportation, and insurance/subscriptions combined. That number will tell you more about your financial future than 100 coffee receipts ever could. Second, if you're financing a car right now, calculate the total interest you'll pay over the life of the loan, not just the monthly payment. That single number often changes how people feel about their next car purchase more than any amount of daily budgeting ever will. Third, spend 20 minutes shopping your insurance and subscriptions this week. This is the closest thing to free money that exists. You're not changing your lifestyle at all. You're just removing waste that was never serving you. Here's what I actually want you to walk away with. The problem was never your coffee. It was never really about willpower or discipline or resisting small treats. Every single dollar amount that's actually reshaping people's financial futures is decided in a handful of big, one-time moments, not in 1,000 small daily ones. So the next time someone tells you to skip the latte to get rich, you can enjoy your coffee. just go check your car payment first. If this changed how you think about where your money actually goes, hit subscribe. I've got more videos coming that challenge the financial advice everyone repeats but almost nobody actually questions. Drop a comment telling me which of the big three is actually your biggest number. I read every single one. I'll see you in the next one.